An evil eye. What's up? Shout out Peach Kita. Hello world, I'm Jessica Lee, the Secret Psychic, owner and one woman show of the Secret Psychic Shop, and I'm here to do the Gemini outlook for the 13 sign horoscopes. It's my little shindig, my niche in this cyber world where I try to lure y'all in. Honestly, trying to find my people, and everybody's got their something, right? So mine's the 13 sign horoscopes. Quite honestly, to be real with y'all. So, with that being said, if you're here, you're probably a Gemini, and what we're about to do is look into what the oracle cards have to say. Whatever stack I grab right now, I have my color oracle. For those of you who get readings with me, this is the color oracle. It's what it looks like. Pretty basic, honestly. This is like it looks so basic, don't it? Just like the basic geometric, if you will, shapes, simple words. No, like shades of the color. It's very basic, but this deck does work wonders with me. I can't speak for the rest of the world. So that's probably the one we're gonna start with for you. I am an intuitive medium. I do not connect with the dead, so let me just let y'all know right there. Please do not request me to connect with your loved ones. If I do get a message from the other side, through my guides that seems to resonate with a loved one, then take it as it comes. But I'm not specifically going to going to do call out like a Ouija board. I do have my own higher self, my ancestors, and a spiritual team. And the son who's texting me, I've been trying to do this live since yesterday. I meant to do it yesterday. If you're watching and you're from my Facebook fans or followers, then you probably have been like, where is she since yesterday? And honestly, I got a lot of calls through Bitwine. So if you know me, you know I work on Bitwine. It's a psychic website, much like California Psychics are keen, but it's more 8-bit. It's very old. It's been around for a while, and they don't invest in the upgrades, which I've learned to make peace with because the more that a site upgrades, the more they charge us commission fees. So we have very low commission fees, and even though it's not like the most dynamic of places. It is one of the better places I found to work on. So anywho, I got really busy yesterday after I made a nice video on Facebook. I was like, yo, it's time. Spirit did say it was time, but apparently it was also time to get busy doing live readings. so I did stay busy with that, and then I got lazy. And Spirit told me earlier that I needed to confess this when I did my video. I have to confess it, not for the shame of it, but just to be a living example of the fact. Okay, so the wheels got slowed down. I was banging out great calls, good income. My security was set, but then. After the rush of calls came, I decided to rest on my laurels and take it easy and eat food and rest and go for walks outside, which is a good thing to do, yeah. But point is, I didn't stick back to the plan of doing my horoscopes. So part of it was I got busy, and part of it was I got lazy. So sorry, I did have to tell the truth, right? That's what I do. I try my best. However, yeah. So then this morning was so slow. I only made like $20 today. In spirit, while I was reflecting on my slow business status of calls, spirit was like, well, you didn't keep the momentum going. You said, we set out the plan, we let you know what you had to do, you were ready to go do it, you got blessed with all these other calls, you made your, you got the material reward for the side work, the work that I do for free like this. And anywho, and then I kind of squandered. I was kind of squandered in later rounds. So it wasn't so much I was being punished as much as I personally didn't keep the momentum going. I should have done this yesterday. So I'm here now. And then again this morning I've tried to go live here for about, I want to say, an hour. And I kept getting phone calls. Like first my son came in the room with an interruption, and my son's important. He is, but if you're a mama, say hello. Just say hello. You know, you know what's up. So yeah, so then he left the room, and I couldn't sit down and come and chat with y'all because I was very frustrated. So I had to put on my music. And when I listen to music, it's not just for entertainment. I use it as a spiritual, magical process. You know, like I'm an energy worker. I'm moving energy out here, trying to like flush out my system of anything that's not working for me. To put it simply, consciously, very consciously, and so as I'm getting my vibration back to where I want it to be, I get a call and oh my gosh, it's a customer or a potential. I've never met with this one, and I wrote this note, y'all. I wrote this note. Where is it? I got 3 stickies here for my little reminder for myself of what to do, not to do here. So what does this one say? For those in Texas, sorry. Online, phone, text, or email only. And the reason why I wrote that was because I just had this, one of those eureka, I forgot to change my address on my Google listing. And I'm going to be real, y'all. I stay busy online on Bitline. That's where I get most of my calls. Even my website, even though my website is literally half off of the price that people pay on Bitline. That's where all my calls are going, okay? I'm trying to give y'all a deal over here, but okay, pay me more, thank you. I love you too. I love you too. All right, yeah. That's the whole what else say? What else can I say? Uh, so yeah, but either way, I have my little fisherman net on Google, so I can try to get customers who have never met, don't know nothing about Bitwine, or I don't know why everyone's coming to me and paying double what they have to, honestly. It's just, I was like, whoa. I don't know why I woke up this morning or yesterday before bed, I realized the site I work on, they charge like almost $100 for you to get like premier placement. So like you're seen on all these pages as a available psychic, and it's like, yeah, it's about $100 for every 2 weeks, and I didn't pay it, but I'm up there. And I'm just like, how is this happening? God, I would be like, God did it, but really, it's also happening because I'm walking more in alignment. I mean, that's my take. I am not God. I can't say why the sun rises and why I wake up with this blessing, and it's still there. And I'm just like, okay. Okay. All right. So a spirit's telling me enough blah blah blah, Jess. We're gonna get to it. Sorry. I need to just settle in here, I guess. How are y'all doing, Geminis? I'm a Virgo, so I look at y'all like my brothers, sisters, because we share that ruling planet, Mercury. And you know what? Okay, I love to learn. So if you're watching my channel, you're gonna learn what I learn and what I'm fascinated with. And what I've learned in this past week, I've learned some bombshells, actually. Spirit told me to shuffle. I'm going to stick to it. Okay. I'll tell you in a minute. If I don't forget, we're just going to focus on you. Spirit's like, Jessica, shut up and do the reading. Okay. Yes, I hear voices. If you want to put me in the hospital, that's fine. They always let me go. I just take it as a vacation. And I eat my vegan meals. We just had stop, flow, energy, and success come out, Gemini. Okay, what's this mean? Spirit's telling me, keep shuffling. Stop, flow, energy, success. So something you wanted to stop has stopped. This is what they're telling me. The success at the end is like, yeah, something needed to stop for y'all. Something needed to stop. Faith, you didn't know how it was going to happen. You sure didn't know. Faith and consciousness in reverse. You didn't know how it was going to happen, but you know it needed to stop. And you believed it would stop somehow. You didn't know how. Okay. What else do we have here? And this is me looking into your energy right now. I haven't even honestly focused on me yet. I'll be real with you. Like, I'm glad I chose to do it this way because it's sure better than typing, and I can just flow with it instead of having to type out all the cards. All right. We have cleanse, hunger, rest, peace, and strength. And I hear an interruption maybe coming. I'm just saying, someone keeps sabotaging my progress. It's like that stop sign that just showed up. Cleanse, hunger, rest. You've been okay. You've been craving some kind of break, the rest to stop, so you can recharge. All right. I'm not. It's gonna be different for everybody, right? Because we're doing a collective outlook for Gemini. I'm just one woman looking at YouTube. Trusting Spirit's gonna help this message get to who it's for. And they just told me I shouldn't move those cards, but I want more room. Okay, okay. So you've been wanting this break. You need something to stop. And I'm hearing to reclaim your own space, your own, and it's like you need space to think. Okay. It's not just about the room around you. You need some space to think about some things, Gemini. And it's for inner strength, right? So with this strength card, I am kind of getting a little flash of the tarot, the woman holding the lion. And I'm getting this vibe like there's some kind of emotions maybe that you're trying to hold back or process, get a hold of and tame. But you can't do it without that thing stopping, whatever the thing is for you, whether it's someone infringing on your rights or stealing your time or space, telling you you can't, whatever the case is, you need that to go away so you can regain your own strength. The Spirit's also pointing out something about for you, Gemini, where this person is taking up your space or trying to influence you. It's not allowing you the space for you to figure things out for what's best for you. So there may be some level of interjection of somebody else's will or wants for you onto your life or your program that you're really wanting to escape from or to end. Spirit just said to end. Okay. And Spirit, okay. As I was saying, I shouldn't have moved those cards, and that had to do with the first card. So what was it? Stop. We had stop, flow, energy, success. Okay. So that was the message that they definitely don't want me to lose there, and that was for us to know, Gemini, that whatever that issue is, it is stopping this May. It's stopping. Whether it's the beginning of May, the end of May, I'm not sure, but for Gemini, the issue should be at rest. Caution now. We have this little light, bright orange caution, like road construction. This card, often when I look at it, I see an image of a house, even though there is no home there. I have to squint. I'm like, there really isn't a house, but there isn't. But I do see a house. Not so much right now, but a little bit. Can y'all see it? Is it just me? All right. So we have caution, and caution was upright, and these other cards were facing down towards the table. Intuition, anxiety, determination, balance, and death. All right. So when we're saying here, Spirit, okay, there's a need for caution. There's uncertainty. I'm hearing a new road, like an uncertain road. You don't know if there's pitfalls ahead. With intuition, anxiety, Spirit's telling me as you're moving forward, after things stop, they're telling me after things stop, you guys by nature are going to be kind of like a wounded warrior, kind of PTSD, afraid of the same thing. You don't want to end up in the same situation again. Hallelujah. No, we know, right? Once we get off one merry-go-round, we definitely don't want to end up back on, the tilt-a-whirl from hell. No, we want to get off and away. So there's a certain level of like Spirit saying, it's okay, we get it. You do need to have your guard up because that's just who you become after these certain experiences. However, I'm also hearing you don't have to hold on to that. You don't have to have such sharp edges anymore. Like that has stopped. What you were dealing with is truly stopped. There's a new chapter right now unfolding. So you're getting like another chance to. Spirit's making me feel like it's one of those, those cycles where we keep repeating the same lesson until we learn the lesson. So I gathering here, Gemini, the collective here, if you're watching, you've learned the lesson. You have learned the lesson, and now you're about to upgrade. So you don't have to be as sharp moving forward with your defenses or, looking over your shoulder as much. And Spirit's saying, but it is good. You're wise enough to know that this is how you keep yourself safe. So you don't have to use that tool so much, but you don't have to throw the tool out, if that makes sense. Determination, balance, and death is just Spirit saying, yeah, it's just like saying again, yeah, you've moved on. You've really done your part of the work here. And Spirit's also saying of others, these other people, obviously you stuck it out with them for a reason, but it's not your responsibility to carry them the full weight to where you're going, and also in life, people go different ways. And I'm dealing with something like that too. So, what's up, brother, sister, Gemini? All right, comfort also. This came out kind of split out of the deck over creativity. As Spirit's saying, with this new space, now you have more time to really get creative about what matters to you and what makes you thrive. As far as in order to thrive, you have to have some level of comfort and confidence. Okay, so Spirit's saying, you're gonna have more ability to actually find new things that you feel confident about as well. Ooh, I like that. They're also telling me we're about done shuffling, so. All right, we have the ghost upside down. Geminis, I don't like to see this. My first impression of the ghost card is the Holy Ghost. For yours, upside down and separated from the other cards tells me you need to get connected, my love. If you're not Christian-minded, if the word Holy Ghost has a bad stigma around it, think of it in another word. It's, to me, the ultimate word for what the Holy Ghost represents and is the all-encompassing, powerful force that breathes within all of us, that gives us the little words in our heads, the ideas, setting good ideas, the good, healthy ideas, not the not demonic, self-hating, criticizing kind of thoughts. There's different streams of thoughts. And the good ones would be the Holy Ghost. And then when that's upright, that's freaking good to see. When it's flipped over like that, the stammer's falling out of my hand. Not so good to see. That's Spirit saying, hey, let's not guilt trip anyone. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to guilt trip anybody. But you don't want to walk through life not connected. We're energetic beings. We need to get plugged in. Let me just put it like that. We have to get plugged in. If you're not plugged into the source, then you have no compass, and life is gonna get a little where you're screaming, please stop, a lot more than you have to. And I'm gonna put a period on that. All right, we also have rest. There's a stack next to that. Rest. What is that? Faith. Hunger. You just had, okay, so you've lost some faith there. Stop. Strength. And peace. Oh, well, this has a good, actually, happy ending. Spirit saying, honestly, they're telling me don't pick on you, right? And they're explaining, you've been through so much. You really haven't felt like you've had much to support having faith recently. It's left you starving with that hunger card. You would love to see some reason to have faith, okay? Stop, strength, and peace. Just in a nutshell, so it's like, just wrap it up. In a nutshell, what this is telling me is the winds of change are the winds of time, the winds of destiny. They are changing for you, Gemini. So with that big stop that we had earlier, saying whatever that pressure that's been pushed on you, that's holding you back from finding your inner confidence, your inner strength to grab the sails of your own life, it's getting removed, and you're going to have more space to do you really freely, and to find new ideas and ways of what makes you feel comfortable and alive, and that leads you to more happiness. Okay, Spirit. They're like, why are you shuffling? We told you. And I'm like, because I do what I do. I do what I do, y'all. Okay, so that is the oracle reading for y'all, Gemini. And just so y'all know, I've been studying my astrology, and here's my notes. Okay, so today is May 1st. It's the Scorpio full moon. It is in its fullness. This means all the feelings are coming to the surface. What feelings, you ask? Well, the feelings that we've been pushing back on, biting our lip over, trying not to look at, they are coming to the surface, and it's going to cause transformation, really a release of things we've been holding on to for a long time. It's going to be emotional. It can be very intense. I feel like I felt the list of symptoms days before today, and literally my body was shaking for about 3 days, like low tremors. But I had to record myself and ask my AI, like, what the fuck is this? And there's a name for it, turns out. And I was like, but when I put my hand down, it's not shaking. And the AI was like, yeah, that's actually that makes it very clear what's happening because of how it shakes when you do this and not that. So I was like, oh, okay. So we can be very stimulated from these emotions, in other words. For us ladies on our cycles, it could be a very, very hard period. And it's like if there was the end of the chapter, the end of a note, this is like, you feel me? Okay. Also, we got a lot of Taurus energy and Mercury energy coming up. So you're gonna feel this, Gemini. Be prepared. Be prepared and be practical. Let those feelings come to the surface, and then use your mind because you're a fucking thinker, right? You know what the fuck to do. You know what's up. You're gonna be able to analyze your feelings, your reactions, the root, and you're gonna be able to form solutions that help take you to a whole nother level. Really, Spirit just at a whole nother level. So do this integration, okay? Especially the first part of the week, as you move on through the months. Spirit saying focus on home and security, but that Taurus energy, home and security, and I'm hearing making final adjustments. So you're going to be getting a lot of new space this month to really find your best way of thriving. Spirit was really just giving me that message. You're going to find your best way to thrive next without the heavy weight. And then you just got to lock it in. You got to fine tune the machine, and you should be back in business real soon and with a lot lighter weights. I do hope this reading has been helpful to you. I hope it's been entertaining at the least. And most of all, I pray it's accurate, and I hope you can use it as a compass to get you through the month ahead of May, or this month. I'm late for an important date. That is my Orascope show, god dang it. So also with my sticky notes, I mean, I am available to meet for margaritas for $100 an hour if you are in Texas, in the Hearst area. The Hearst, North Richland Hills area of town. So funny that the lady who was calling slowed my show down. No, it's okay. I was just like, what's going on? I keep getting this call, and it was her again. And I'm like, okay. And it totally went in an unexpected direction. Even though I had wrote a note for myself, preparing me literally for her call. I thought I was just gonna make a note, just letting you know. Sorry, I'm only available for online readings by phone or text, or we can meet up through video. I could do a pre-recording video, but I can't meet in person because I don't have an office. But I am listed on Google, which is why I had the possibility in my head that I need to say this, because some of my viewers may be coming from Google, right? And also because most of the phone calls I've received, honestly, everybody who's called me has wanted me to meet with them in person. and I really haven't had the ability to. I'm a little more able now. Uh, or they text and say they want to set up a reading, which I'm like, well, if you text me, why don't you just book a reading? 'Cause that's how you got my number. You saw my thing. But some people, are not. Some people can't navigate my page. They don't know what means what, and I get that part. So I also have my number saying if you need help booking, or questions, just let me know. You can text me here. But they never book. They're just. I guess they just want to see if I'm a real person. I don't know. They just don't respond. I'm like, okay, whatever. So yeah, so we made this note to make these announcements, and then this lovely lady calls, and her energy was awesome. I have to say, I was like, oh, cool, a lady with some life in her, for real. She was just full of life. I love it. You can tell. You can tell. Okay, so I had to let her know, literally what I wrote down. But then Spirit was like, but you can go meet at a restaurant. So I literally, as soon as Spirit said it, I was like, well, Spirit says, I can open another option up for myself and you, or if not you, maybe another client in the future where we can meet at the restaurant. And this lady, she was like, oh, I love that idea. And I was like, oh, it's my fairy side. I was just like, oh, good. Sweet baby Jesus. So then we also have my other sticky notes. The Spirit told me we're going to pull some urban truths. Oh, we're cliffhanging you guys. We are. Okay, but I have these other notes to let y'all know. If you go to my Linktree link, it's on my bio. If you're watching this on YouTube or a clip wherever, usually every place I'm posting, you can find my link in the bio. Or if it's a post, it'll be in the comments or within the post. Or you can just Google me, Jessica Lee, the Secret Psychic. I'm on Linktree, www. Look at the bio. I don't want to say all that. If you want me, you will find me, right? But you can pre-book an email reading. They are as low as $10 to $30. I deliver those between 1 to 3 days. You can book it online on my Linktree. Also, I do 7-day outlooks where I'll look into each day of the week to try to give you some kind of like heads up, a message or a meditation, something that you should need for the day or will apply for the day. I pre-record that by video. That's $44, so it's a little under $50 and you get quite a lot of information. Also, can be delivered in 1 to 3 days. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I am available on Bitwine. Sorry, I'm just like, is that all I had? Yep, I guess so. Oh, no. Oh, one more. Also, on my Linktree, if you want the live experience where you can chat with me over like Facebook or what's it called? Instagram Messenger. We just swap our handles and chat over the DM, or we could chat over the video call. Or Zoom, whatever. You can book with me. If you book ahead on my site, as I mentioned earlier, on Linktree, you literally save half off for the same service you can basically get for my third-party site on Bitwine. So if you don't mind waiting anywhere from like 3 hours, I would even say as little as an hour in most cases. If you're coming to me during the day, chances are I can squeeze you in within an hour, maybe even less. But I would say no less than 3 hours, really. I can squeeze you in. But if you don't mind waiting a couple hours, you can save half off. Otherwise, if you don't want to wait, if you don't want to go through the booking process, I get it. Time is money. Sometimes it's worth a little extra time or a little extra money to save yourself time. I get it. That's why and where I'm available at Bitwine. I'm on call there right now, as a matter of fact. Am I, or did I log out? I didn't log out. I did log out. Ah, damn it. I need to log back in. Yeah, that's where I'm available online. Ooh, y'all are lucky this is uninterrupted. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we get another call. I need to make sure. No, nosy, like the police. Okay. So I'm online Bitwine. Today my rate is about $7 a minute, but I do have time package specials. So if you don't want to wait and book and save, and money's no limit, check me out on Bitwine. So that was all my notes, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna do. Spirit told me we're gonna shuffle from this deck. It's pretty hot. The Urban Truth. I ordered this from Amazon. It is on my store on Amazon. Like, I got a link. One of those little, I make $2 or whatever if you buy it deals. So this is the deck, and you can buy it there. And this is just what's behind the scenes, Spirit is saying. Heart over logic is behind the scenes. And then when I say spirit guided readings, I mean they will like ask the question or lead me there and give the answer. So a lot of times we don't know what to ask, or we ask the wrong question. So when we let spirit lead the way, it helps bring us some clarity, I feel. All right, heart over logic, Gemini. Emotions override reason. You know the truth, but ignore it. Your heart keeps trying anyway. And this is beneath the surface. And and then Spirit's saying this is what you need to heal and work on. Like, you already know that you have this, I want to say, a tendency or a weakness to let your heart lead the way. And Spirit's saying you need to get more balance there. It's good to have feelings. It's good to have compassion. It's good to be slow to anger. But you don't want to sacrifice yourself, your well-being, or your mental, they're saying your mental clarity and cognition. We'll have to unpack that one another time, maybe. Cognition, what's that? Like mental cognition? Google. Ask Google. Actually, we don't ask Google anymore, do we? We ask Gemini. Gemini, tell me. What is mental cog? Shit. I'm so... Okay, let's get it. Trying to Google Gemini and type the question at the same time. I'm in a hurry. Chop now. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're on YouTube. I don't have to pretend I never vaped and smoked anything in my life. Y'all watch Dolo, Archangel Uriel, Flight Boss? I watched this show last night on the Scorpio moon. He's dead on. He's so funny sometimes. He makes me laugh. Oh, but he be smoking blunt after blunt. I'm like, this nigga got balls. Like, he don't give a fuck. I'm like, I don't tell him. My meek ass. My meek ass. Alright. What was the question? Damn, this is why comments on would be helpful, right? Thank you. I just saw I gotta I've been in my own world. I like this comments off. I'll just be in my own vibe. I might even play the video. I'll put the video up with me dancing earlier. Okay, cognitive. Fuck, I forget now. Mental. That seems like a double positive for some. Mental cognition. I'll just type the word in. Mental cognition is the scientific term for the mental processes involved in gaining knowledge and comprehension. Oh, so some people have been dumbing you down. So I was like, that's just my first impression off the first sentence. It encompasses a wide range of high-level brain functions that allow us to perceive, think, remember. Spirit is okay, and solve problems. The core component of cognition. Cognitive. I can talk. It's just not my favorite word. Okay, processes are rarely isolated. They work together in a complex web to help us navigate daily life. Key elements include attention, the ability to focus on specific stimuli while filtering out distractions. And Spirit's putting a lot, they're like, I'm reading this from Gemini, but Spirit's like, distractions. Okay. Memory, the process of encoding, storing, and retrieving information over time, aka short term and long term memory. Perception, this is one of my favorite words. Okay, how we interpret sensory information to understand our environment. Without understanding, what do we have? Language, the use of symbols and sounds to communicate thoughts and ideas. Executive function, high-level skills including planning, decision-making, and self-control. Okay, that self-control word is triggering something about obviously self-control, but also I'm hearing masking addictions. So there's a need to unmask addictions. And I'm sure my own little life here is mirroring part of the subconscious dialogue. But however the case may be, that's how spirit works. So, all right, then we say, you can say less, know your worth, and they miss you, Gemini. I guess this is going into a love version for your reading. You can say less, know your worth, and they miss you. So we have text me back. Spirit's saying read that one more. They're waiting for a reply. The silence feels intentional. The lack of response becomes its own message. Wow, that's like a double up on that. You can say less, eh? This one's like saying don't respond. And that one's saying don't respond. So yeah, something's gonna stop, Gemini. And Spirit's saying it's okay. You've been wanting this. You're ready for it. And it's going to open up the doors for so much more. Oh my God, we've always been here 40 minutes. Thank you for watching. Again, my link's in the bio. If you've enjoyed our time here, please do like, share, subscribe. Throw some change on my PayPal. Links are in the bio. I am going to try to knock out a lot more horoscopes. We still have to do Cancer, Taurus. No, sorry. Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. What else is next? Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. But that's not all. There's more. We're also doing Ophichus. So feel free to come on, check on your friends and families. Check out your rising and moon signs. They all apply. So I will talk to y'all later. And have a happy May. Bye. Guess what? We're just going to grab the bull by the horns and say goodbye. Bye, guys. It takes too long. It's still taking too long. Why does it always... That's right. One day I'll figure